looked at what it was that caused problems.
Yeah, I didn't have really any problems with it at all. But of course, I didn't play Jack 1 on like all the way through on PS2.
Hmm. I need to turn on
So,
streamer mode.
oh yeah.
Where is that? Streamer mode. Here we go. Enable streamer mode. Okay, cool. Hello.
But you might want to turn off my stream's audio because I'm gonna play music, like the Discord one.
Yeah, okay. I will do that. How is everybody doing? I hope. I'm having issues with YouTube right now where I can't really see the chat in YouTube, but I can see it in OBS. So there's that. But we'll let some people kind of come in, hang out. Pandan's here. There's Pandan saying hello in the chat. Wait, are you there?
Yeah, I am. Sorry.
Ah, okay. Okay. Today what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be painting rocks. So I basically spent a bunch of time painting this cliff here. I'm going to be painting the floor, and then if I have time, I'm probably going to try and paint some kind of like a transition between the two so that it blends nicely. Well, yeah. So let's get on that. Okay. So this plane, call this one rock wall. Duplicate it. Rock floor. And then rock floor. I need a bunch of textures as well. Like the stony dirt texture. And then I think for now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to bring in another color. Let's see, what color did I have previously for the rock wall? Texture paint. I need color. Input RGB. Okay, and then what I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably just gonna do a mix of these two, and then I'll tweak it depending on a bunch of stuff.
Sorry, I was busy. I was listening to some new takes I got for one of the Gear Grit characters.
Oh, nice. Are you allowed to say which one?
I don't want to say.
Okay.
I don't. But it's exciting.
Hell yeah. Let's just start painting. So rock floor color. So what I'm going to be painting. I want this to be a grayscale image. So I will find middle gray.
Do you paint in Blender?
I do. Did you not know that?
No. The hell? Why?
I like it.
That's horrible.
Why is it horrible?
I don't know. It just seems like Blender doesn't give you a lot of like hotkeys and stuff for like the painting mode. I would get so frustrated.
Yeah, I know. I think it's like comfort. I don't know how else to describe it, but like so much of the reason why I like the way Blender's painting and stuff works is because I'm just like so used to working with nodes, so used to thinking and like how these nodes are affecting each other. And like you can basically do a lot of the same stuff as like a Photoshop, although a lot of the tools are definitely missing. But yeah, I don't know. I like it. Definitely needs work though. I'm not gonna pretend like it doesn't. Okay. So now I'm just gonna start painting. Oops.
I guess you also get like unparalleled iteration time. Like you paint and then it's like instantly on the model.
Yeah.
In like tiled and whatever.
Yeah, I mean I just save the picture and then I go here and you can see it. There's what I painted.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also I don't know, just like as far as like non-destructive stuff goes, like texture painting, like what do you call it? In nodes, is like pretty fucking good. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Have you tried other 3D painting software like Substance Painter or like 3D Code or anything?
Yeah. So I do like Substance Painter, but I think the biggest issue I have with Substance Painter is how you can't actually paint what do you call it? Oh hi Noah. That's your hold on. Safety in numbers, is that what it is? Well, now you're just S dot dot dot. So I don't know what. Yeah. All right. Anyways. Yeah. I don't know. Like So the problem that I generally have with painting in Substance Painter is basically like I I don't like the fact that every single time you create a layer, it's basically you're just stuck with the specific color and like material that the layer has. You don't have the ability to like actually paint colors, you know what I mean, on the layer that are different from the color that you pick. It's just a fill layer basically. And so yeah, that's kind of annoying to me. But yeah. And we'll do a multiply. No. mix, overlay. It's definitely looking a little weird for now, but that's fine. Still need to paint in details. Let's see. Dazer. Evening. Wanted to catch a little bit of this before bed. Very late here. Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Thanks for popping in to say hi. Let's go back to texture paint. So let's see. Actually, I'm just gonna grab this.
I'm solving a bug right now where you can like go into photo mode while you're inside of the volleyball camera thing, and it like completely fucks up everything.
I wonder if it's as bad as like some of the photo mode bugs that you see, or like glitches that you see in certain games, like in the Tomb Raider remaster, where you can use photo mode to like scan ahead and figure out where certain treasures are.
Yeah, I did some of that fix by doing um by like limiting how far you can move the camera away from the character. And that like fixed most of those issues.
All I'm really trying to do here is like just define some of the peaks and valleys in what is what is the rock floor basically, while also trying to avoid what I've just created here, where it's like very obviously repeating. It's not a skill I'm very good at, is avoiding that. And then just sort of go through and include some dark spots to kind of enhance that. And then I think this is probably going to be where it's a little bit more difficult, but like the cracks. You generally, I feel like in like stone floor, like ground patterns, you usually have some cracks, but it's always like really difficult to kind of avoid the sort of repeating texture look. It's like very obvious like a repeating pattern.
Yeah, it's like that moire pattern, or it's something where you can just tell that it's repeating. There's like a name for it. It's not moire pattern.
No,
But
more is the like little dancing colors that you get on like aliased edges.
uh,
Yeah. Like if you have like a like a screen like a screen door, you know, like that wire mesh,
yeah,
and then you like put another screen door behind it, and like the two patterns kind of like interfere with one another. Oh, I've just done it too. Optimizing textures while making them look seamless takes literal black magic for it to work sometimes. Yeah, I don't understand how that shit works, but and as far as like optimizations go, what I'm basically doing is I'm just crunching down the texture resolution inside of Unity, cuz like there's, you know, the importer settings, and in those importer settings you have like, you know, how big do you want this texture to be, even though the texture already has a resolution. Um, and so I basically just choose something that's like 128 by 128 or 256 by 256, and a lot of it just loses tons of detail. Oops. Which is pretty good, I would say. It's a pretty good feature. I like it. You're doing like high res textures, right? Or Pandan?
oh, sorry, I thought you were talking to one of them.
Oh,
I think the highest resolution texture I have is the big tower that uses like a 2048, and then everything else in the world uses like 512 or smaller.
interesting.
Yeah. Like the hero assets will get big ones, but I try to keep the low res feel
Yeah.
a little bit. It's hard not to sometimes, but
Yeah, because you can get away with so many more polygons that it's just like tempting.
yeah. But more so just to keep kind of like this pseudo PS2 look, which I've definitely failed at this point, but like it's how you remember PS2 games to look, not how they actually look.
Yeah, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about because I am kind of doing that a little bit with Stella, with the lighting more than anything, because like PS2 games didn't have like any kind of real time lighting in the way that Unity does. Let's see. I only do high res textures for my style. Any less than 2K looks trash in UE5. That's not true, is it?
What was that? I was taking my sweatshirt off. I didn't hear that.
Noah says they only do high res textures because anything less than 2K looks trash in UE5.
No, that's not true.
Do you
A
have
ton of my
any?
textures
Sorry?
a ton of my textures in my game look good at 512 or lower.
Hmm.
It just depends on what you're doing. Like if you're like, I don't know. I mean, shit. Even the game at work, like, we'll crank our textures pretty low if they're small. Like if the thing is small enough or not important enough.
Yeah, I guess it'd be like, what context are you using those textures in, Noah? Because it could be that like the specific way you're using the textures, maybe they don't quite come out looking good. Oops.
Maybe they just mean for their style specifically.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't know.
I mean, that is what they say here. Okay, so I'm happy with this so far. One thing I want to do is add a little bit more variation into the background, so go back, grab this color, and I'm going to create a new texture. Call this one rock floor. Let's just call it hue, even though that's not what it is. New image. Let's swap that out. And then packet. And then I'm gonna swap over to what? Okay, rock floor hue. And then should see the changes down here. I think I'm gonna take one and bump up the saturation. I know it says hue, but bear with me. And I'm basically just gonna go through and start varying things, and you can kind of see it working. And maybe the other one will be slightly darker. More saturation will cool it down just a little bit. just to break it up a little bit. I definitely think that maybe the saturation is just a little bit too crunched down, but kind of need to see how that looks on the actual model. I'm going to save these two and drop this in to just sort of push it back a little bit. Let's have a look. I mean, that's looking pretty good. I do like the way that looks so far. You definitely see some of the repetition. Hello, Sean. How are you doing? Go back to save that. Whoops. No, I packed it. Maybe. Just throw in a little bit of that there. Get rid of it on this side. Still got that repetitive look. I don't think I'm gonna really get out of it all that much. Maybe a purple. We'll see how that does. Okay, I don't like that. Okay, I do like that. Definitely needs to be way softer. So a little bit of blue. Let's just save that real quick. I think we're looking pretty good here. Playing Resident Evil 3 later? Is that the remake that you're going to be playing? Nice. Okay. What do you think, Bannon?
Looks good.
Hell yeah.
Reminds me of like a Wind Waker texture or something.
A Wind Waker texture. Interesting. I'll take it.
I don't know.
I do love Wind Waker, so. Let's go back to rock floor color. Maybe I'll just extend this a little bit. Kind of need to, I feel like I need to play Wind Waker again. It's been so long. I think we've already talked about this, but do you have like a favorite Zelda game?
Yeah, I think we did. I don't remember what I said. Not that I have to stay consistent, because I feel like it changes depending on how I'm feeling.
Yeah, that's fair.
I think my favorite Zelda game for like the story in the world has to be Twilight Princess just for that alone,
Okay.
minus all of its problems. Like, and then like my favorite Zelda game for like all in one would have to be Ocarina of Time. I feel like I've beaten that game maybe like 6 or 7 times,
All right.
a lot, and I just really like. I don't know. It's the perfect. I know everyone says this, but it really is the perfect game. It's it's aged so well too. It's incredible. Like even if you play the original as is at the shitty 24 FPS on the N64, it's still really good, which is surprising. That said, the last time I played it through the Ship of Harkinian,
Yes.
and that's like it makes it even better. Like, how can I not pick that game?
I think I think you were the one who told me about Ship of Arcanian.
Yeah, and
Um.
apparently there's like a Majora's Mask version equivalent of Harkinian now.
Oh really?
Uh, and I've been meaning to play that. I've just been so busy with with everything. But
Yeah.
yeah,
I think there's definitely like Majora's Mask recomps, which are a little bit different from Ship of Arcanian.
yeah, Recomp still requires like some sort of emulator or something, as far as I know, right? Or no, maybe not. Maybe I'm confusing it with something else.
I think you are confusing it with something else.
Oh, I'm thinking of a repack. There's like a repack Majora's Mask like that has HD textures that people used to play a lot, and I never could get into that one.
Hmm.
That's probably what I'm thinking of.
HD textures. Yeah, I mean, there's mods for that on Ship of Arcanian, which
Yeah,
I've also downloaded those textures myself to play with Ship of Arcanian. Um,
nice.
it honestly just makes it look like the what do you call it? The 3DS version. Oh, hello, Cold Warp Gates. How are you doing?
Yeah. Yeah, the 3DS version is really good too. I think my only gripe with the 3DS version is, yes, they did make the water temple easier by adding a bunch of arrows everywhere and like glowing green wires and stuff that shows you where switches go and stuff. But like,
Hmm.
um, and I like for that reason alone, it's not like I prefer to have like a sort of like an original untouched experience. But the 3DS version is really good. So I mean, it's pretty fucking good. But now that Harkinian's available, I don't really have a reason to recommend the 3DS version over Harkinian anyway. So
I need to get Harkinian working on my Steam Deck.
oh, that'd be cool. Yeah, I haven't even done that. That sounds great.
Well, uh, I've got Jack and Daxter and Jack 2 working on my Steam Deck. And
Oh, really?
weirdly enough, Jack 2 runs better on my Steam Deck than it does on my PC,
That is weird.
and I
I
don't know
mean,
why.
Giant 2 runs pretty good on my PC though. I don't
N-
know. That's weird.
yeah, I mean, but do you ever have those issues? Like maybe this is just a me thing, but do you ever have those issues where you go through the sort of like decontamination room, and then the doors open and there's nothing there, and it takes like a second to load in?
Oh no, I that might be something with the ROM and maybe like when
Maybe I
you
need to double check. Yeah.
yeah, maybe your ROM is effed up on the PC but not on the Steam Deck. I don't know. That's I haven't
Yeah.
had that happen.
I mean, it is the same one, so.
Oh.
Hmm.
Huh.
Hmm.
Well, I don't know.
Yep. I don't know either. But that's the thing. All right. So let's take a look at what we've got here. Oh, first, need to remember to save. All right. So I've got, it's definitely repeating. Yeah, there's always like the one thing that's always going to be repeating, and I don't really know how to fix that always. let's see. Do I need to change the rock? Maybe more or less, I'm not sure. And then maybe this curve could be a bit sharper. The 3DS version has some quality of life, but I really did not care for the new visuals. See, that's kind of where I disagree. I never played the 3DS version, but I actually really like the way it looks. Maybe I'm just the odd one out here, though. Like, I just think it looks really good. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I like how it looks. I don't have much issue with like what they changed. They just made some things easier via visual cues, like subtle things. Water temple is the biggest one.
Water temple.
And the twin, what are they called? The the witches. They made that fight a little bit easier in the 3DS too.
The witches? Then the forest temple or whatever?
No, the Gerudo one, the twin.
The twins, right. I know what you're talking about though.
Yeah.
What am I thinking of in the forest temple? Are they just ghosts?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh well.
Oh yeah, I think you're thinking of the 4 ghosts.
Yeah. You need like a spot here that's higher than all the other spots. Okay. Got a little bit of variation in it as well, so that's good. Let's get a nice bright edge. A little bit brighter. Oops. It objectively has a higher visual fidelity. I just never tend to care for aesthetic changes made in most remakes. I feel some original intention is usually lost. Interesting. I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe maybe I just don't really see it as aesthetic changes because I feel like most of the models are pretty close to what they look like in the original Ocarina, but I don't know. It could also just be that like you're talking about the concept art, kind of like the Final Fantasy situation, where the remake does not have the original art style of the concept art at all, and they just kind of went with their sort of standard realistic anime look. Is that the right way to describe it? Realistic anime?
Yeah, I think Final Fantasy has like its own thing. It's like it sort of defined that, I think.
Yeah. Last night I finished a rewatch of the Harry Potter movies.
Nice. Yeah, I really like the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, me too. It's crazy how much of a fucking like emotional roller coaster that last movie is though. I completely forgot like just how insane it is. Those last two movies rather. Cuz you get hit with like I guess spoiler alert for anyone here, but like
Anyone that was born yesterday.
yeah, anyone that was born yesterday. But you've got at the end of part 1, you got Dobby's death, which hits like a fucking train,
Yeah.
and then you've got like a solid like 30-minute period in part 2 where it's just like, oh yeah, and all your favorite characters have died, and then Harry goes up to Dumbledore's office and finds out that he basically has to die. And then you
Yeah.
have the scene where he's just like telling Hermione and Ron, like, yeah, he has to kill me. Well, Voldemort has to kill me, and it's just like, holy shit, dude. Like, yeah, it's intense. But it's good stuff. Have you seen anything about the HBO series?
Other than like passing news, like on Twitter or something, not really. No.
Oh, okay. It seems like they're really leaning into the like 90s aesthetic of the whole thing.
Oh,
More so than the originals. Because I feel like
that
the
is
originals are
interesting.
just made with like 2000s sensibilities in mind.
Yeah.
Um, and then, yeah, like a lot of the characters look pretty different, obviously, because they're different actors, but like, I don't know, Fred and George are much shorter. And I don't know if this is like a conscious decision or if they just found people who are shorter, because I think they were supposed to be shorter in the books. But like,
Yeah.
they just found 2 redheaded twins that were like really fucking tall.
Nice.
But yeah, I haven't heard much much else other than that. Just kind of like, seeing Nick Frost as Hagrid walking around looks pretty fucking cool. But yeah, and also, I don't know, just more hope since it's basically like a TV show that they're gonna be able to do the story a little bit more justice.
Yeah, slower, more accurate to the book.
Mhm.
Because I read the books when I was a kid, but um, I don't remember a whole lot of like about the details. Like the memories of the movies sort of like took over, almost like if that makes sense.
Yeah,
It's like I'll remember something and then somebody will tell me like, "Oh, that's from the movie, not the book," and I'm like, "Oh, well, there it is." Don't know.
yeah. Did you ever play any of the games?
I did. I played the Game Boy Color game, Chamber of Secrets.
Whoa, Game Boy Color.
Yeah. What
That was not
else?
something I expected.
What?
I know.
What's wrong
I
with the
feel
Game
like
Boy
I
Color?
feel like whenever people talk about the Chamber of Secrets, the one that like everyone talks about is like the PlayStation 2 one.
Oh, I played a little bit of the real ones, like the console ones, but I feel like I played more of the Game Boy Color one somehow. This is a pretty good game. The Game Boy Color one was like, um, it had like a Pokemon element to it, kind of. Like you collected those like wizard trading cards or whatever, and like
Oh yeah,
you can get into like little battles with people,
nice.
all on a Game Boy. Like in addition to the main game being like a full-fledged, you know, action adventure platformer dungeon crawler thing.
Yeah. Wait, okay, so they actually did the dungeon crawler thing. Was it like a 2D Zelda type thing?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, it was. It was
that
really
actually
hard too.
sounds pretty awesome.
I liked it. Yeah, it's good. I don't remember beating it, but I got pretty far. Like a lot of those like older games were
Painful.
like they didn't painful and they didn't like play test it very much. So like the devs would beat it and they'd be like, "Yep, seems good," and then like they would
They
release
just
it.
ship
And it's
it. But
like,
also like those movie games where it was just like this game has to be released around the time of the movie for like maximum sales and impact and stuff like that.
yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
But actually that straight up sounds really cool. I might try and see if I can find a copy of that to play.
Yeah, sometimes it's fun to emulate like Game Boy Color games or something, like something funny about it.
Um is it weird that I kind of want those back? You mean the movie games?
Yeah, I
Cuz
agree.
I
I want movie
yeah,
games back too.
I also want, but like what movie, like what, I think the issue is like a lot of that being marketed at kids is going to be like the emoji movie game.
Yeah.
I can't really think of anything. Like maybe like some good Disney ones. Like I'm sure a lot of people would absolutely love a Zootopia game or like a Zootopia 2 for when that movie comes out.
I think I know the answer on why that like stopped happening, and it's because like games got too lengthy to create. Like a movie game turnaround back then was like a year and a half, maybe two at worst.
Right.
And now games they just take too long. So like Disney's not willing to be like, like by the time this game is done, I don't know if anybody's gonna give a shit. So we're just not. I don't know when that started happening, but at some point it was happening.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, it definitely kind of goes into something that I know you and I have talked about where it just sort of like feels like it'd be good if some studios just kind of like put smaller budgets into their games and didn't necessarily go for like the highest quality visuals and just kind of like let developers make whatever.
Yep.
But you know that movie games wouldn't accept that. They'd be like, we want this to look like the movie.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that makes a lot of sense. A Bad Guys game? I haven't seen that. Is it good? Let's see if this is starting to look right. All right. Yeah. All right. I dig. What do you think? You think that's looking pretty good?
Let me see.
Definitely got
Yeah.
some of that repetitive texture going on, but I don't know really how to deal with that. I feel like it's just the high contrastness of this like one spot, and everything else is kind of like okay. Oh, Bad Guys 2 was better. Yeah, maybe I'll watch it at some point. I'm on a bit of a movie kick, so might be worth taking the time. Oh, that's fine. I have no problem watching both movies. Like, I mean, if it's as good as you guys say, I'll probably end up watching the sequel anyways. If it's bad, I probably won't. But I don't think you guys are lying to me or anything.
What, bad guys?
Yeah.
I saw the first one. I haven't seen the second one.
Did you like the first one?
Yeah, I liked it.
Nice.
It's, I mean, I, it's definitely like kids movie, but like, I enjoy kids movies still
Yeah, that's fine.
in a different way.
Um, I actually watched Puss in Boots recently.
Really good movie.
Yeah, I love that one. I
It's a
actually
great one.
like really love what they did with um Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
Yeah.
Like it has that kind of like they're fairy tales, but they've been corrupted in the sort of Shrek way that kind of happens, and it's just so perfect. Yeah, agreed.
Uh, yeah, I was really amazed by that movie. I think a lot of people were because the previous Puss in Boots movies were not very good.
Wait, I didn't even know that there were previous Puss in Boots movies.
Yeah,
Should I
there
watch
was
those for the memes?
there was two. Um, I don't think they're worth. I mean, they're okay. I don't want to say they're horrible, but it's just the Last Wish, the latest one they did. It introduced that new art style for DreamWorks, right? That was the first for them. That whole like painterly
Yeah,
thing. That was their first movie in that style, and that movie just uh, makes the others kind of like outdated. Like, so when you go and watch the other ones, you're like, oh, Last Wish is just that good.
but they're not.
I don't want to say the other ones are bad because
You okay?
I'm just saying that like I don't know. I didn't like them as nearly as much as the Last Wish, so I just you know
Last Switch is incredible. That's correct.
DreamWorks movies are have always been a little hit or miss outside of like oddly like Shrek 1 and 2 really good, Shrek 3 not good, like really bad actually, and then Shrek 4 is amazing for no reason. I really liked Shrek 4.
Oh man, are you? Do you think you're gonna watch the new one that's coming out?
Oh, I'll definitely watch it. I don't know if I'll enjoy it. It does look like the art style is whatever. I know everyone was like hating on it. Like, I think it's cool that they're trying new things. Like, if they were just doing the same art style over and over again, like, what's the point? But
Yeah.
I think there was like some issues with it. They like sent it back to pre-production or something. Like, maybe because everyone guessed the plot. There's like joke that was going around where
Yeah,
they were
yeah.
like, Shrek's teenage daughter like wants to hates fairy tales and wants to leave the fairyland, and I don't know, like somebody like guessed the plot or something was the theory. It's like a very like by the books plot. Like,
Bye, Sean. Have a good one.
so yeah,
Yeah, that that would
maybe
be
that's what
awesome.
happened. I don't know.
Yeah, that would make me so happy if that's actually what happened. Just like real like Sonic, like
Yeah,
no, we have to go back to the drawing board type thing. All right.
I'll see the volleyball thing. What I've done.
Oh yeah. I mean, you're not streaming it to anyone else, so I'll just have to describe it.
Oh, you
Um,
can pull it up on there if you want to. I don't want to make you do it.
yeah, I guess I could. Let me just figure out how to do that really quick in a way that
I think you can do a pull off window on our call, and then do that.
Pop
I don't
out.
know.
Oh yeah. Okay. Let me. I guess swap over to the window capture. Null? Is that it? There it is. Yeah. Okay. Everybody look at what Pandan's doing.
Yeah, so I'm working on this like volleyball minigame, and it's not functional yet, but this is just like the little like there's like a camera blender thing where you walk in and it like changes your camera to this like overhead camera.
It's good shit.
And then there's like the volleyball itself, which you can like hit around, and if it leaves the bounds like that, it will like kind of kick itself back in.
Hmm. Is it like a collider that's preventing it from leaving?
It's a trigger box, and then when it leaves the trigger box, it just gets a like a physics impulse that sends it back into the inside of the box.
All right.
It might as well be a collider at that point, but
Yeah.
you can like hit it around. I haven't decided like what the actual minigame's gonna be yet. I have a feeling I might just do like a simple like keep it off the ground for like 30 seconds thing,
That'd be pretty cool.
kind of
Yeah.
like the one from Kingdom Hearts 2.
It'd be cool. Like, I mean, I guess you'd if you had to like make it a proper volleyball mini game, you'd have to like make the AI that you're going to be playing against.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that. I think people would really appreciate if I did that.
I think they would, yeah. What are the green arrow things?
Those introduce a little bit of randomness when you hit the ball. It will like pick one of them. It will pick one that it's furthest away from to like give it a 25% influence on the direction. So it just adds a little bit of randomness to it.
Okay. So it's like that was the thing that you were telling me where like you hit it and it kind of goes in the direction that you want it to.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing it's not always going to be like perfect. Sometimes it's just going to go to one of those.
Yeah.
Hmm.
A little bit. It has like a little bit of an influence. Like it blends the direction vector between your normal one and one of those.
Cool.
Just prototyping.
Yeah. Very cool.
That's it.
All right. Let's see.
I need to come up with like little pieces of wood to put around the volleyball court because I want it to be in the sand, you know, like beach volleyball.
Right. All right. So let's see. Now that I've done this, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and actually just kind of getting an idea here. That like the sort of layer on top could be masked. So you have like a version of this texture with a mask over top of it. So let's get that mix shader.
Are you gonna do vert color mixing?
No.
Oh.
So. Oh, this is the wrong one. Whoops. No. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to create another texture here that's like it's basically going to do the blending of the top and the bottom kind of. Oh, that's okay, Dazer. You don't have to stick around if it's late. I appreciate you coming in anyways. So, you have a good night. Yeah, it would be like basically just another texture that's like a mask. So, just make it completely black. Oops.
That means that every time you use that wall texture and you want it to blend to the other one, don't the UVs have to line up like every time?
No. No. I think you're missing what I'm putting down. I think what this one's gonna be is probably like, it's probably gonna be a mix so that I can pick different ones, and then it's gonna be like it's gonna be like a strip that I lay over top of the geometry to kind of like create that. You'll see. You will see. So rock mask, and then this will go here. And that's incorrect. Let's swap these. Gonna duplicate. Call this one rock strip. Save that. Go back to rock wall. And just delete this. Oops. So I still have it. And so essentially like this. Oops. It's like I'm just gonna grab like these, duplicate them, and then I've got this, and then I can come in here. Let me actually just get a good look at it so I know it is behaving a little weird. Inset. Inset? No. I'll just cut. No, I gotta inset it. Like that. And then delete these faces. And get rid of rock floor and replace rock wall with rock strip. And then it's kind of looking shit right now. It's probably need a little bit of space. But basically, it doesn't need to line up, but this one just kind of does. And I'll just go into texture paint, pick rock mask. And why is it showing me the geometry? Well, anyways, and then just kind of like, does it not want? Why can I not paint? Oh, because I have the wrong object selected. So just kind of like paint a strip along the top, and you can kind of see it there. So I need to see the actual material, but you can kind of get what I'm sort of doing here, right?
Yeah.
And then I'll just pack that. And then it's very bad right now, and it's also rotated all weird, so I do need to fix that. I guess I could do that by, let's see. Let's just mark a seam and in UV editing. Whoops. Unwrap. And then grid by shape. Let's do let's select that strip. Strip and bring it down here. And then let's see. We'll just constrain image bounds. Oh, okay, struggling. It's a little weird that that's not level. And then after constrain image bounds, just scale it up on the x-axis like 10. And I've got like a little bit of a mask. There. So now I just need to clean that up, I think. Oh, wait, is it offset? Yeah, no, that's exactly what I need. And then honestly, like there's some other things I could do here. Like for instance, if I want this edge to be closer to the edge, I can kind of just shift that up a little bit. But I think the only real problem is this bottom edge here. We'll get like lost. So and I guess I could just go in and tidy up the edges. Right? I can do that? Yeah. That's not good. Maybe it's fine. I don't think it's really going to be that noticeable. Okay. So then back to texture paint. Have you played Hogwarts Legacy yet? By the way.
I have. I didn't get very far.
Oh really?
Yeah, I mean, let me look at my hours. 4.4 hours.
Whoa! You played the introduction.
Yeah. I don't know. I
Huh.
just didn't vibe with it. I didn't like it that much.
Hmm. It is very
I got it on
generic.
this. It is very generic. I got it on a steep sale, luckily.
Yeah.
I wanted to like it because like just exploring the Hogwarts grounds and stuff is really really cool. Like I really like that.
Yeah.
But the gameplay is kind of shit. Not gonna lie.
Yep. That was definitely how I felt about it. It was like I had way more fun exploring the castle than I did actually like playing the rest of the game. And like finding all the secrets was pretty cool, but like again, it was just like it wasn't quite the sort of like generic Ubisoft, but it was pretty fucking close.
Yeah.
It did remind me a lot of the Order of the Phoenix game that was released on the PS3, Xbox 360.
Never played that one.
That one was really cool. Um, although it was also like very simple. Like you essentially were just going around the map like casting random spells, but like where I think they did really well is like how you cast the spells was like it was like skate for wizarding where you
Oh, that's funny.
yeah, you like use the thumbstick to cast your spells, which was great. Like it was just such a great like concept, such a great idea. Um, yeah. It's also another one of those badly optimized Unreal Engine games, sadly.
Yeah, I had a hard time playing it because of that. And I thought my computer was good,
Yeah,
and I still had a hard time playing it.
yeah,
3080, like a G, like a RTX 3080, should be able to play that at like medium settings maybe.
yeah. But then you turn the settings down to low and it still stutters, and you're like, "What the fuck is going on?" I have a I have a 2080, but still, I feel like I should be able to run it on medium. Well, since it doesn't really look that significantly better than some of the other games I've played, but I know that's not necessarily an indicator.
Yeah, like the whole Unreal thing. I don't know if you saw that tweet I made.
I did, but why don't you talk about it anyways?
Yeah, that's me, Pandan and VC, fourth Jolt.
Yes, it is Pandan.
Um, uh, right, the Unreal thing.
Unreal thing,
Um,
yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people know, like, I don't want to say a lot of people. I'm sure some people know who that Threat Interactive guy is.
Yes.
He's like that outspoken um YouTuber
Optimization
guy.
advocate.
Yeah, he's an optimization. I haven't actually like sat through all of one of his videos before just because I find them very hard to watch.
Yeah, I agree.
He's like very full of himself and like kind of annoying, but
Very
anyway.
serious.
Yeah, and like there are things he says that are correct. Like I think devs are kind of lazy now, like by and large. Like we've gotten too complacent of just like kind of throwing things into the engine and being like, oh, I mean, just nanite it. It's like 30 million polygon mountain. Who cares? Nanite it. Like, cool. And like, it's death by 1,000 cuts. It's not any one of these features. It's because games are using all of them. But the problem is that Unreal 5 games are designed to use them. Like, virtual shadow maps are more performant with nanite, you know, and like virtual shadow maps are a very expensive feature, but like if you're going to use them, you might as well use nanite because you get huge performance gains out of that. And in fact, it's ill-advised to use it without nanite. So those things are together. And then Lumen is similar. So now you have these like 3 power-hungry features in your game that kind of interact with each other because they work well with each other, and it kind of encourages developers to make really high detail games, and then they do that, and then nobody can fucking run it, and the people that can run it have to use like DLSS or upscaling or something, and then you have this like pretty game underneath Vaseline, like multiple layers of upscaling and AI, and it's just garbage. It's all garbage. And honestly, like Unreal 5 gets a lot of blame for this, but the stuttering thing in specific is actually not, it's technically not an Unreal thing.
Hmm.
It is, shaders nowadays are very complex. With the introduction of DirectX 11 and 12, 12 gets a lot of hate for it, but like shaders are basically, for the lack of a better way to explain it, like handled differently. And like when you played a game as a kid on your PS3 or PS2 or whatever, the shaders were pre-compiled because they knew what hardware you were playing on. There wasn't any question. But if those same games released on PC back in the day, you probably would get some stuttering if they were using the same kind of like shader, like real-time runtime shader compilation. It's just that they weren't. So like loading screens were really common back then too. Like there's a ton of reasons. Like it doesn't mean that Unreal is blameless though. Like they certainly are responsible for leading the charge on the whole thing. Like it is their fault that they sort of just released this stuff and they're like, yeah, like yeah, you should just pre-compile your shaders, but they don't give us developers very good tools to do that. So like we have to build our own tools to like gather shaders and pre-compile them and stuff, and like not everyone knows how to do that. Even like big studios, like you'd be surprised, and it's not really their fault because this is all proprietary stuff. And then, whatever. And then I don't know, like the Threat Interactive guy, like he makes videos dogging on Unreal specifically, so like it doesn't help. But certainly like Unreal is like a really heavy, like hard hitting engine, and the other side of it being like the developers are kind of to blame there in the fact that they're using all this stuff, and the reason why they're able to get away with it, air quotes, is because of upscaling. Like if these developers had to ship 60 FPS at 1080p or God forbid 4K, which they would never be able to do. It'd be impossible for them. They just wouldn't be able to do it. Like it would be literally impossible. Like this technology and stuff is too expensive per pixel. Like all this stuff, like Lumen and VSMs and stuff are just really expensive. And yeah, I don't know. It's a mouthful, but I think that like the TLDR is that I think that people like Threat Interactive are correct in the fact that like there does need to be like fires lit under people's asses a little bit, just because they are sort of responsible for the game industry at large, whether they know it or not. And the excuse of like developers aren't using it correctly doesn't really work when like 99% of games released are like this on Unreal, you know? So it's like, how is it possible that 99% of people are using it wrong, including Epic, by the way? Like if you play Fortnite, like fresh, like if you install Fortnite right now, fresh, your first like 100 games are going to be Stutter City. It's unavoidable. There's nothing you can do about it. There's no way to be like, hey, Fortnite, pre-compile shaders for me. I'll wait. It just that doesn't exist. It makes you play these games, and while you're playing, you know, you turn a corner and there's some guy with a new skin with a new particle effect that your game has never seen, and it has to compile it on the spot. And that's what the stutter comes from. In case people didn't know, that's what the stuttering is that it's compiling that shader in real time. Like if Epic can't do it, then who the fuck can? You know, like nobody. Like they made the goddamn engine. Like they should be able to be like, yeah, we're doing it correctly at Fortnite, on Fortnite, and here's how we did it. But they don't do that. So they don't even use it correctly. Like I don't know. So they were kind of hoping that the problem would just kind of go away. Like, oh yeah, our developers will figure it out. And some games do come out that run fine on UE5, like Expedition 33. You know, it came out and like it pre-compiles shaders on startup, and after it does that once, it literally never has a stutter ever again. Like I played through the whole game almost twice, and like I haven't come across anything. But yeah, that's my TED talk.
Everybody clap.
I am worried about being lumped in with people like Threat Interactive because he's very argumentative and like kind of like belligerent in a way, but like I recognize that there's a lot of things I don't know about the engine, and that's why I'm sort of like coy about it. And like, you know, I kind of saying it from a gamer perspective that I just want the games to not fucking stutter. That's like my number one priority. Like I don't give a shit if an Unreal 5 game comes out and they make me sit at the title screen for 30 minutes. I'll do it to avoid a single stutter. I don't care. You know, like
Yeah.
Epic thinks gamers are like impatient that they won't wait 20 minutes or something, or 10 minutes. I don't know how long this would take. Maybe 10 minutes at worst. Gamers will wait. They'll be like, oh yeah, it's just installing, you know, whatever you want to call it at the title screen, installing 10 minutes. They'll go get a Capri Sun and a sandwich. Like they're not gonna fucking cry about it.
Capri Sun.
Like to never have a stutter again. Go get a sandwich and a Capri Sun. Like sounds good to me. but they won't do it. They're like, oh, we just gotta runtime compile it. You know, the gamers, they gotta play now.
Just go
They
get
don't care about stutters.
Go get your Sunny D.
Yeah, go get your Sunny D and chill, you know. So that what you just did is like a skirt mesh.
Yeah.
With like alpha clippets. Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That'll do it.
And I'll make another one for the bottom here to like further blend.
Blend it with the ground. Yeah.
All stuff that I'm like nowhere near doing yet.
Oh, like in the actual game.
Yeah, like well, I mean I don't really need to explain it to you, but like to other people, like the reason why I'm nowhere near it is because like I need to actually build the level, and if I start actually working on graphics, then if I need to change something, I'll have to get rid of all the extra work that I've done. So, but I don't know. I needed to do something productive on Stella, and I don't know. I think I also just needed to do some art.
Yeah, that's good. It looks nice.
Thank you.
Like technically speaking, Unity, like there's some newer Unity games that are coming out that have these problems too. And it's funny because like when you see people complain about a problem in a game and they're like, "Oh, it's stuttering. Does this game use Unreal?" Like they just guess Unreal first, even though it's not. It's like really funny.
It's funny too because I feel like depending on how far you go back, that blame was more so placed on.
It used to be Unity.
Yeah, it used to
Yeah.
be Unity, and or like people would see like, oh, look at all the cool things Unreal is doing,
Yeah.
and that would be like, that would be like their like understanding. Like they'd just be like, oh yeah, Unity's or Unreal's amazing because they'd see the sort of upfront like graphical stuff that they could do, but they didn't see it practically in like a video game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I hope devs figure it out.
I don't know what is going on. Like, I don't know why it's so challenging for. I don't know. It's goofy.
I don't know, man. All I know is that you're the one with the experience, not me.
Whoa, pal. I don't know. It's funny, like, the longer I'm in the industry, it seems like I'm supposed to know so much more, but really it just becomes like diminishing returns after a while. You sort of just get like, you get kind of like stuck in, not stuck, but you get sort of like, you prioritize different things, and then it's like all of a sudden you just don't know. Like, I really should know more about rendering pipeline stuff, but I don't. And like, that's why like things like this Unreal stuttering apocalypse thing happens, and I don't really have much to offer besides like stop making your games hyper detailed. Nobody fucking wants that, which is kind of true. Like, I think we've gone insane with hyper detail now. Like, it's just
Yeah. Yeah, I definitely tend to agree. I sort of feel like it's that that picture that was really released the other day of like Unreal like doing something with hair where it's
oh, the
like
sphere
yeah,
thing.
the
Yeah,
RTX where it's like now they're tubes instead of like strips. And it's just like that's adding so many polygons just to a single
yeah,
character. That's insane.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I
It
don't.
it was so much more fun when it was trickery, I think. When like you knew it was a trick, when you knew it was like they were just kind of like making something that looked like the thing they were trying to make, but it wasn't the thing that they were trying to make. And now that they're going for like the real ray tracing, real hair kind of stuff, it's just like it's not cool anymore, and it's also just like bloating our games.
Yeah, I would have to agree. I think we lost the sauce.
Lost the sauce.
I think that the focus is ill placed. Like, I just don't think people care about the same thing. Like, gamers don't care about the same thing that like Epic does or whatever. They're like, oh, dude, like they're more concerned with maybe, and I don't know. I'm just guessing. I don't know shit about the business, but like, are they more concerned with selling the technology or actually making the game or the engine good? You know, like, are they trying to appease shareholders slash like investors? You know, or
Mm,
like who knows? That's just a guess. It's a game theory.
just a game theory.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting. Appeasing shareholders would definitely be something that I would kind of like lean towards in my sort of conspiracy about the game dev world.
Yeah, it is a fun one to blame shareholder
Yeah.
every time.
Yeah.
I do think us gamers type people do that a lot. They're like, oh, like they wouldn't do that. Surely this is just them trying to appease their shareholders. Like, capitalism is really bad, guys. Here's example number 7. Like, I don't know. Is it actually the shareholders this time, or is it like them kind of on their own going like, yeah, this is what we have to do, like gotta
Could
gotta
also just
fucking
be
make hair
like
real.
the
Like,
like it could also just be that the culture around game development has basically always be do better than last time, and that's not a bad philosophy, but like when you kind of have this like runaway situation where like what's that curve called where it's like is it Moore's law, the one where it's just like everything's gonna be like 2 times as powerful, like it's like an exponential curve, so like
yeah,
hardware is supposedly going to be 2 times as powerful. That is fake, seemingly, or it's not happening in the way that we expected it to. And developers just need to keep raising the bar, and they've raised the bar so far past like where actual technology, like what actual technology is capable of running. So we're kind of just like at this mismatch where it used to be that technology would increase and then graphical quality would like increase to match it, and then eventually it just kind of like inverted because game developers needed the next game to be more visually impressive than the last. So it's just
yeah.
kind of like this runaway, like I don't know what else to call it, runaway like uh philosophy, maybe, I don't know. There's definitely a little bit of me talking out of my ass here.
I don't. Yeah.
All right, dude, I did it.
Oh, yeah. It looks good.
Thank you. Whoops. There we go. All right. Hell yeah. I did it.
What?
I don't know. I just achieved what I wanted to achieve on stream today. I made the sort of rocky, dirty ground and like the trim. I don't know what you called it. Something the skirt.
Yeah, skirt.
I did that.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm very happy. Definitely think I need to like work a little bit more on this this texture though. It seems like some of the shading is kind of like conflicting a little bit. But that's fine. I'll deal with it. Deal with it another time. Kind of feel like playing a game, but I don't know what I should play now.
Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets for the Game Boy Color.
For the Game Boy Color. I mean, maybe an emulated game would be cool. I'll pull out my PS2 emulator. Actually, for the people who hung out in stream, I may as well share some fun stuff. So let me open something very special. Pandan has probably already seen this, but this character. Oh, this is an animation that I stopped working on. Let me just reset this. This is a different bunny from Stella. Sorry, I just gotta organize my screen right now. Okay. Yeah, so this is a different bunny from Stella. For a little side project I'm working on that kind of takes place hundreds of years in the past. Her name is Leah. And I mean, she basically is Stella, but like, I don't know, we could bring in Stella just to do a comparison because she is the same model. I mean, I don't see any reason if I have a bunny character to use a different model when I could use the same model and just modify it a little bit. What? Project Stella characters, no characters? What? What's going on with my library? Why is there nothing in my library? What the shit? That's not okay. Hold on. I gotta double check something. Yeah, anyways, so I think larger ears and different face shape. Not really much in the way of like different body, but I think she's taller. I made her taller. I must have, because she's supposed to be taller. And then of course I just did a little bit of like painting trickery over top of Stella's textures in order to get like a different color look going on. Okay. Let's see. Asset browser. Stella. Characters. Wait, why the fuck did it work here but not there? What the fuck? Okay, I don't know. That's really weird. Let me just link it, I guess. Oh, yeah. She's in a different pose. Oops. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. Yeah, it kind of looks like, actually kind of looks like they're the same height. Very roughly. The hair is just like slightly higher. Anyways, yeah, something I've been working on. Basically, I don't have the game to show here yet, but it's a sort of side-scrolling action platformer type deal. And we can look at some of the animations I've got, like the walk cycle, and this is how I'm viewing them. Oh, there we go. On the side there, I've got like a spin kick as well that I've been working on. This one actually goes with this whoosh so that it kind of follows through from the action, because there's a bunch of frames in here where like in the next frame she's like on the completely other side, and it just doesn't look right if you don't have like some kind of fake motion blur in there. So yeah, that's something that I've been working on the side. But yeah, I'll probably have more to show at a later date. All right, so let's see. I could play... Dude, I could play the Neopets game. I want to play the Neopets game.
Yeah.
The Neopets game.
Mm-hmm.
Should see it on their screen in a second. And I guess I'll stream it to you.
There are legends that dwell within the hidden places of Neopia. Some are of the light, but others...
Hey, you don't have to if you don't want to. I could just watch the YouTube stream.
I guess. I don't know. I feel like there's going to be less latency if I just stream it directly to you. So you
Yeah,
kind of
Others
just
of the darkest kind.
react.
Alright. That's fair.
Alright, let's skip that. I'm gonna start a new game and everything. Alright, new game. Have you ever seen this game?
I've seen a little bit of it because I watched like somebody do like a video on it on YouTube, but I've never seen like gameplay like raw.
Was it the Nitro Rad video?
Yeah, it was a nice video.
It's a good video.
I'll tear your gizzard out like a
I
crocodile.
love these like
Merido will be mine.
mid 2000s
No!
like
Lord Darrigan,
pre-rendered
you will fall to
cutscenes.
the might of the defenders
In case
of
no one
Merido.
knew in the chat, did you know that Neopets was owned by the Church of Scientology?
That is true.
Still is to this day.
Hell yeah. Like, I need to understand how the two, like, how is it
Time
propaganda
You get to play Darrigan.
for the Church of Scientology?
Is it true?
People
Is
theorize
it?
that
Are you gonna be
these
alive?
stories in
Well,
like
I don't want
mini games are kind of like their version of Veggie Tales, but for fucking Scientology stories. If that makes any sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like a Bible game, but for
Mom is going to kill
For Scientology, yeah.
Scientologists. Yeah.
It's funny that you mentioned Veggie Tales because
Gotta
like
go. Homework to do.
that's actually like something
Just
I remember
great.
quite vividly when I was a kid. Just like everybody loved Veggie Tales, and nobody took the lessons to heart. It was just
No. Because it was a funny show. I mean, Veggie Tales is pretty funny. Like,
Yeah.
even now. It's pretty funny.
I haven't seen it in a very long time. All right.
I think they stopped making them, but like, I just mean watching it as an adult, it's still pretty funny. Like, the jokes are pretty good.
Oh, good.
But yeah, like, VeggieTales was definitely like, you could call it propaganda for Christianity, I suppose.
Yeah.
if you wanted to. And
Where
this,
the fuck did it go?
people theorize, because, I mean, honestly, not a lot of people outside of Scientology know a whole lot about it, just because they kind of,
Huh.
you know, keep it to themselves.
Yeah.
But it is based on books that are, openly available, and there are some story overlaps in the Neopets games. Specifically the web browser game. I don't know anything about the PS2 game story.
Oh man. I think nothing would make me happier than to find out that this is like full of propaganda, and it's just like,
And you just don't know.
yeah. I think it would just
Because-
because this game is like very much it's such a meme that like
It is, yeah.
making it even more of a meme would just be amazing.
I mean, honestly, like, the models and animations in this game are so ahead of their time, it's actually nuts.
Yeah.
Like, for a PS2 game, this looks like a PS3 or Xbox 360 game, honestly.
Don't know if I would
Minus the
agree with-
lighting.
I
But,
guess,
like, the model
maybe.
quality... Like, the model quality and, like, animations are really, really good.
They are
It's
good,
crazy.
yeah.
Yeah. The lighting is what makes it not. Like, the lighting is very, like, flat.
There's no
and,
lighting?
like, yeah, there is no lighting.
I feel like a lot of the lighting is texture work, which is also really good. Like, this is the
Yeah.
thing that I just did basically here.
The skirt, yeah.
Oh yeah, I gotta talk to his mom.
And look, you can run over the grass and it folds down. Like, not a lot of games have that. And like, look at the stencil shadows on the main character. Of course, it's only on the main character, but still, it's pretty cool.
Oh yeah, you never figured out how to do that in Unreal, did you?
No. I didn't.
I actually need to see if there's a way to invert. I don't know if I need left-right inverted.
The problem
Or up
with
there.
stencil shadows. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Problem with
I
stencil
was just
shadows?
saying. Yeah, the stencil shadow thing in specific is like, the way they did it back then would actually be more expensive to do now than to just do a regular shadow from like a directional light or something. It writes basically like it writes polygons to a buffer from a separate point of view via like an orthographic camera. Pretend there's like an orthographic camera like where the sun is at in this game.
Yeah.
And it's projecting the low poly, like there's like a separate model that's invisible to us that's like his shadow model. It's like not the same polygons that you're seeing.
So it's like a lower poly.
Yeah. And like that's being projected to a buffer from that thing's, like the invisible sun's location. Or not really location, but you know, direction. And like and those things are drawing like real time like little triangles, I guess, in the shape of it. Like it's pretend that it's flattening the mesh down.
Yeah, it's just kind of like flattening the mesh down.
Yeah.
There's actually, funny enough, a really good way to see it is to look at the emulation of Jack and Daxter on PCSX2, because it's not a very good I mean, it's a notoriously difficult game to emulate and also to pirate. Or like burn to disk. Like it's just notoriously, like they just put some weird trickery in there, and we're the only company that was ever able to like prevent people from pirating their games successfully.
Yeah.
Until recently, I guess. But yeah, like if you play Jack 1 on emulator, that's one of the things that's like visible, is not just the sort of shadow buffer, but also like you see lines coming down from the shadow buffer that kind of are in the shape of like
silhouette.
Yeah, the silhouette, which is really interesting.
Yeah, honestly, like a cheaper effect on modern engines is to just have a scene camera write to a render target and only like write the pixels of your main character to that, and then just use like a decal or something that like has that render target on it. It's literally cheaper.
Is that what you did, or did you just go with shadow casting?
That's what I did.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so like Tansy's shadow is it looks like a stencil shadow, but it's not.
Cool.
So it achieves the thing I wanted. I just wanted it to look like it,
Yeah.
and it does. But
Going
it's
back
not.
to the making your game look like it felt to play
Yes, yeah.
a PlayStation 2 game.
And honestly, like this game here, with like a lighting mod or something, would look really
Thor,
good.
I've got something for you to do. Something important.
Yeah, I mean, you wouldn't be able to do much
I
about
want
the
you to
cutscenes,
deliver a
but
package.
No, the
Over
cutscenes
to
look
Farmer
like
Addison's
nightmare
again?
fuel, but
No, this one
It's a
goes
little-
to Meridel.
To Meridel? To the castle?
I think, like,
I know you're excited, but there's a few things you need to know about
in my
before you
own
go.
sort of like,
The road to Meridel
oh,
is
wait a
long
second.
one,
I just
It's
realized
not
I've got
safe. You'll need something to
2
guard
audio
your
streams from the game going.
This is the key to
oh really?
Yeah.
In it is the
Hopefully
sword
that
I had when I
fix
was
that.
young. It is not
I
a
think,
toy. It carries with it great
like,
responsibility.
this is one of those games that I would love to see decompiled. Like, not recompiled, but like decompiled properly. Because I feel like there's so much you could learn
Follow a
from everything that went wrong with this game.
They defend the weak. They don't lie and always keep their word. They fight.
What's wrong with it? I mean, you've beaten it, I'm sure.
I have, yeah.
Yes, sir.
I've beaten it
What's wrong with
twice.
Go, boy.
Oh.
So I mean, there's like some basic things, like the camera's really terrible, the combat's kind of bad. Honestly, mostly it's pretty like fine. It's like, it's definitely one of those games where like, like this was someone's like favorite game because they didn't have many other games to play, and despite it not being great, it hit some vibes that like were just perfect enough to suck someone in, and because that's what it did with me. Really, is like I had played other games that were like this that were way better, but like this game had enough heart that it was like I like playing this game. But like a lot of what's wrong with it is like the camera. Like this is, you know, the camera. Oh, I guess yeah. See that where it just kind of like resets like that when I'm rotating it around. If it ever goes, that can cause so many problems. I guess it's not happening here, but that can cause so many problems where you're trying to run around and like all of a sudden, you know, the camera hasn't moved inwards, it's just rotated around completely. There's certain quests are bugged. In particular, there's like treasure maps. You can get treasure maps, and the treasure maps will basically like lead you to obviously treasure, but like the counter that keeps track of like the number of treasures that you can get is that's also bugged. And the person who made like the sort of guide for this game, that's like the standard guide everybody uses, literally gave up looking for the treasures because the like counter would not change no matter how many treasures they found. And then there's just like a bunch of like just sort of meme moments where it's just like, you know, that they didn't set up a scene correctly, and so or like it's just happens really things happen in really funny ways that are just like really weird. Yeah, there's a lot about this game that's like really not great, but I don't know, like I don't think it's anything that like I don't think it's anything that like you could say is like a deal breaker for like the right person. I think the right person would absolutely love this game. I don't know if you would love it, but it's just kind of like we have Zelda at home, but like Neopets. Scientology propaganda. I mean, I actually think Nitro Rad's video I think he did a pretty good job at capturing what it is that people like about this game.
There's like a PS2 game I played as a kid that I guess is like my version of this to you, and it's called Alter Echo.
Alter Echo? Never heard of that one. What is it?
It's a PS2 action platformer game, kind of. And you play as this guy who like has an alien suit that allows him to transform into different aliens.
Interesting.
And it's like its own IP. It's not based on anything. It's completely unique. And it's very bizarre, like very strange. Like it even looks strange. Like you don't even really have to play it to like just look at it and you're like, damn, like what the fuck is this? Like it's great. And that game, I bought it used at like a Hollywood Video, which is like a version of Blockbuster for us, kind of. And like they were competing stores back in the day, Hollywood Video and Blockbuster. But that's another story for another time.
Yeah.
I bought it there used for the PS2, and I was like, damn, this is really cool. Like, I'm gonna go play this. And like, that was back before like, I don't want to say the internet wasn't around, because the internet was around. It's just that there wasn't a lot for everything. Like, not every niche was represented on the internet, you know.
So before cell phones made the internet explode.
Yeah, and like you would Google this game and there'd be no results, like nothing, like no forums, nothing, no forum posts, like nobody's talking
No
about
guide.
it. And
Oh
it's
yeah,
just
this is
like,
a really memey cutscene.
God, I really mean it. Thank
The way he just like leans in.
Someone showed those bandits a thing or two. You deserve a little something for your effort. That's not necessary. A true knight knows when to accept an honest gift for your trouble here.
Is it a good game? It's okay.
It may not look like much,
The
but
Alter
there's
Echo
more to
one.
it than
Wait.
meets the eye.
Someone asks.
Remember never to take it off. It's
No,
a
I'm just
very
hypothetically.
Oh, okay. All right. Alter Echo. I'll have to look that up.
You don't have to.
I mean, I'm curious about it. You can't just tell me about a game and be like, "Yeah, this was my childhood game that was really bad," and
This
not
is
have
my
me be like,
Neopets equivalent.
yeah. You can't do that to me.
Another game that was kind of like that for me, that nobody played, but it was a licensed game, like going back to the movie game things we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
It was Wallace and Gromit, and what was it? The zoo. Hold on, Wallace and Gromit.
Oh
Project
yeah.
Zoo.
Hold on. There is one other thing about this game. So, sound for some reason, sounds that should be happening in front of you happen to the right of you.
Oh, that's awful.
I have no idea why that is, but it happens all the time. Also, look at this grass or these flowers. Like,
Huh.
I like this.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Yeah.
It's got a mesh like a half sphere on top for the flowers, and then like the cards that give it depth.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah. I think I
And the
might.
grass falls down when you walk through it, which I find impressive for the
Oh,
time.
yeah. I mean, this is. You get
Oh.
money. Oh yeah, and the money, like, there's no proper collision on it, so sometimes the money will just like go inside of the rocks and you won't be able to get it. It's not great.
Yeah, Project Zoo is a good one though.
Project Zoo. Oh well, yeah, the Wallace and Gromit
Wallace
one.
and Gromit. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
actually a really good game. I think people really liked that game. It was one of the few licensed games that was just really good.
One of the ones that I think a lot of people played was like the Lord of the Rings games for like the PlayStation 2,
Yeah, I played some of those.
where they were like linear, I guess, action games, beat 'em ups, sort of, but not quite. Those were really fun. But like going back to the Two Towers in particular is like grueling if you don't use an emulator, because the basically it's like there's no checkpoints. You start a level, and if you don't beat the level, you have to go all the way back to the beginning, and it's grueling. Like, it's awful. Oh, but that one was a fun one. I can't really think of any other like guilty pleasure games that I had though.
I have a ton of like Game Boy Advance and Game Boy Color games that kind of fall into that category. There's just too many to list because I used to just buy like random used games.
Oh, cool. Like is that recent, or is that like when you were in school
I
or
mean,
whatever?
it wasn't like recent, but it was definitely after the Game Boy Advance was relevant.
Hmm.
It was like, I don't know, when the DS or 3DS came out, maybe I was like buying
You'd go to
random.
like GameStop or whatever and buy a used
Yeah.
game.
Yeah. Some pretty good Game Boy Advance games, like, and I don't even want to call this one obscure, but like the Yu-Gi-Oh games on the Game Boy Advance are really good.
Oh,
all of
really?
Yeah.
I think the
They're-
only Game Boy Advance game I ever really played was Minish Cap.
Yeah,
Which
that's
is
a good
not
one.
obscure.
I've played a lot of them.
Not
Not
obscure,
obscure,
but
no.
really fucking good.
Yeah, the Yu-Gi-Oh trading card game all of them for the Game Boy Advance. I think they released 2 of them, maybe 3, but I played 2 of them, and they were both really good.
Nice.
And they had trading, so if you had somebody that owned them, which I didn't know anyone that fucking had that game, but like if you did, you could trade digital cards and
The Game Link cable or whatever.
Yeah, and then they also had a cool feature that you could put the card and set number of a real Yu-Gi-Oh card into the game once a day, and it would like put the card in your collection.
Oh, cool.
And to get around the
presumably
once a day thing,
you had to have the card to like find out what it is.
yeah, but people just shared the fucking numbers online, so you
Oh.
it's good. But I'm sure when it came out, that was like important to have the card. I'm sure, because like,
Yeah.
who the fuck's gonna take a picture of their card and put it online? I don't know, but like, back then.
Yeah.
But what was I saying? Oh right, there was like a once a day restriction on that, and you could just turn the game off and turn it back on. Like the once a day thing was literally just whether the game was powered on or off. Like, it's really funny. Like,
So you could like turn it off and then it would just reset and you could put another
it's a
card
new
in.
day. Yeah.
Oh, that's really
Yeah.
funny.
Yeah, I don't know if they like cared. I don't think they gave a shit. It was like, this is before like online gaming, so they don't care, right? But,
Yeah.
like, that game's pretty fun. The Pokemon TCG game on the Game Boy,
I had that one.
that one was fun too, but it was like really cumbersome. The screen was so small. Even back then, I remember just being frustrated with how small everything was. You had to scroll to read like a card's effects and stuff. It was kind of annoying.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at this texture here. Trying to see like
Oh, yeah.
where it repeats. And it's actually quite a bit wide. Like you
Oh, it
kinda-
never repeats.
No, it does. What do you mean? Right here. And then right
No.
here. Why are you denying me?
It never repeats.
It repeats.
No,
I
it
swear.
doesn't.
But also this box texture is like, I feel like it's way lower resolution than everything else, and also like weirdly there's like a lot of banding.
Yeah.
Anyways, just being a weirdo. I remember trying to play the Pokemon trading card game again a couple of years ago and just being like really shit at it.
Yeah. I don't remember having that much trouble with it, but that's probably because I used to play the actual card game as a kid, and I went to leagues and tournaments and stuff. So like,
Oh,
it
damn.
was just kind of second
Yeah.
nature for me.
No, I just had the cards at one point and played the game on the school grounds until they banned it because people would get into fights.
Oh yeah, our school. I think every school went through that.
Yeah.
They banned it at our school too.
And then it was like after that it was like Yu-Gi-Oh,
Yeah.
and then what else? I don't know, Beyblade, shit like that. There was always something new where it was just like, oh yeah, kids are doing
Some new
this.
toy that everyone has to
Yeah.
have. Yeah.
Wait, am I? There we go.
Pokemon's crazy. Like just from like. Obviously, trading card games were around before Pokemon, but like
Yeah.
before Pokemon, they were strictly like an adult activity, like Magic the Gathering.
Really?
And there's one other one I can't think of.
Nerdy
but-
adults.
Yeah, it's like nerdy adults. Like kids didn't give a shit about that stuff until Pokemon came out, and then Pokemon changed everything.
Hmm.
Even Yu-Gi-Oh! Like Yu-Gi-Oh! Was technically around the same time that Pokemon was around in Japan, and like kids weren't really into it until Pokemon came around, and then kids were like into all of that stuff kind of at the same time.
Yeah. I think it also helped a lot that there were like TV shows that went along with these.
Oh, for sure, yeah. Magic the Gathering never had like a Saturday morning cartoon. Like
No, but if it did,
it couldn't. It doesn't have like a cohesive like story or anything. It's just like, I don't know. They tried to do the whole planeswalker thing, but didn't really have the same
What's
impact.
Planeswalker?
They were trying to do this like thing where like there were reoccurring characters called planeswalkers, and they were like kind of like hero units that would like and then they tried to tie their worlds together and like, but then they realized no one cares about Magic lore, which is true. No one does, and so they they gave up. They were like, never mind. Like, my bad. No one cares. Sorry. I mean, Magic the Gathering has the best gameplay out of the card games I've played for sure, but I could just like, I have no real life friends that have ever played it, and I only had one. And they live like really far away from me, so that's it. It was just like whatever. But Pokemon was easy to find people to play with when I was younger.
Yeah. I think I was always like, oh, there's a little bit of that glitchiness.
I was always into the
Oh no,
card game, like how to play it and stuff. What the hell's going on?
I was trying to glitch because I glitched it out a second and I wanted to show you, but I don't think I can repeat the glitch. He was like trying to jump and failing, and it was kind of looking like this, but anyways. Yeah, no, like my parents didn't really, like my parents were really picky about the shit that they bought me, and there was always like a million things that every kid wanted to get, right? It was like, you got to get like the Pokemon cards, the Yu-Gi-Oh cards, the Transformers, the Beyblades, right? Like, so, yeah, I got like some of those things, but quite a few of those things I did not get. And so with Pokemon cards and with Yu-Gi-Oh cards, it was like you get like one deck, and then maybe every once in a while we'll get you like a booster pack or something like that. So I didn't really play as much because, I'd show up and someone would have like the 3 eyes white dragon, and I would just be like stuck with whatever the fuck I had. I think even video games as well. Like, there's some games that, like, the only reason I have them now is because I ended up getting a job eventually and just buying them on my own. Do I need to talk to her? I'm trying to figure out.
See, for all we know, that sword that you have is like Scientology's version of like King Arthur's sword or something, and it's like in their lore it like was wielded by Agamemnon, like leader of all free
King of
Zorplets or Greece. I don't know, just something.
Or King of Sparta,
we
or
wouldn't
whatever
know.
it was.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's really funny because this game has a, oh my god, I'm getting exhausted. If I don't do something quick, I'm a gooner. Gooner. I just need to kill the big guy. And he's like, oh god, oh my god. Did he die? Okay, he died. I don't have a shield, and so this is really difficult. I'm trying to deal with these guys. Yeah, okay, so the sword and your armor basically works on the moat system, which isn't very well thought out, but I don't know, it's kind of functional, but also not very functional. So the idea is everything's aligned based on like the 4 elements, and then also you've got like dark and light. That's what this is. And in the middle you have rainbow, which I don't know what the fuck it does, but I guess it does something. And you can assign it to like, okay, so like this rock moat I can assign to my tunic. And then I've got this fog moat. And the idea is you run into some enemy and they're aligned with one of these elements, and you put the element that is opposite of their alignment on your sword, and the element that is their alignment on your armor and your shield. and that
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. But like there are times where shit just doesn't actually make sense in this game, where you're like, oh yeah, that enemy's red, so they're obviously fire aligned, and then you try and do the thing and it just doesn't work. Yeah, but I don't know. It's one of those things where it's just like, this is a cool system, but it's also just not very well fleshed out. I think the world is probably the best part about this game.
I'm looking up like if there's any actual story ties to Scientology, and apparently there's not.
Oh, really? In this game or just in Neopets in general?
Neopets in general, yeah. Apparently, so the story goes kind of like the company was founded by 2 non-Scientologists and 1 Scientologist.
Oh,
And then the 1 Scientologist guy like employed a bunch of Scientology people at the company, but the 2 founders sort of prevented any like actual Scientology teachings from being integrated into the Neopets universe.
interesting.
Supposedly. Supposedly. But yeah, I don't know. It's funny to.
It's funny to muse about it.
Yeah, it is. Kind of wish I didn't look that up. I liked living in the world where I thought that.
You thought it was
Neopets.
propaganda?
Yeah,
It was definitely funnier back then.
yeah, it was. See, sometimes it's best to not look too deep into things and just to believe what you've been told.
Yeah.
That's the lesson.
Believe the conspiracy theories and don't
Just
question.
believe the first thing you hear.
Don't question your beliefs.
Just be like Peter Griffin. Believe the first thing you hear at face value from anyone. It's the best way to live your life.
Do you think these rocks are vertex shaded? Like, do you think that's why the top is bright and the sides are not bright?
No, I think that's just the texture.
You think that's the
I don't
texture?
think they would. Yeah, I don't think they would waste that. on
It's
that.
it's funny that they're just like subdivided cubes too.
Oh yeah. I mean, they look pretty good.
They do,
Not gonna lie.
which is kind of like it kind of goes back to the whole like, you know, you can get away with a lot more than you think you can.
With good texture work.
Oh yeah, good texture work, good animation. Like, there's so many things you can get away with that like people will
Yeah.
never see, because you're just like, it's just hidden.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I can't stress that enough. The animations in this game are really good.
Yeah, they are.
Like, they're like Naughty Dog quality, almost. Dare I say?
His tail, he's looking around and while you're
Yeah.
like running around. The jump is all right. I mean, it's like pretty squishy, but like it's definitely not as charming as in Jak and Daxter.
Yeah, the jump's not great, but that might just be because they didn't prioritize jumping. It's like more of an RPG than it is like a platformer, right?
Yeah, that's true. So, here's another thing that's like really frustrating about this game. So, it's a Zelda-like, and unlike
Yeah.
Zelda, you can actually jump when you press the button. However, they decided to allow for auto jumping, and the auto jumping is really bad at figuring out when you need to auto jump. So, like, I just auto jumped there. I have no
Yeah.
idea why. Like, it just happened, but there's nothing, there's no first person mode I can use, and the camera's freaking out. But like, yeah, there's nothing here, but like I'm auto jumping right now. So that can become a real big pain in the ass where you know, the character Tormund will just like randomly jump when you don't want him to.
So that maybe that just means like the first half of development, they were like, "Oh, we're gonna do Ocarina of Time style like auto jumping,"
Mhm.
and then like halfway through, they were like, "Eh, it doesn't always work. Let's just add a jump button."
Yeah,
That's probably what happened.
yeah. That is. I think that's likely what happened, and then they just never removed the auto jumping, which they should have.
Yeah.
I feel like I already don't like the auto jumping in Zelda games. I think that they should be manual jumps, but it's just what they did, so you know it is what it is. But in a game like this, it's just it doesn't make any sense to have auto jumping.
No, it doesn't.
Oh yeah, and you have a healing system in this game that's like it's like basically like Skyrim, where like you can pick, you know, your restorative
Did
items.
you know what element he was?
Because I've played this game before.
Okay.
Yeah.
But normal players would just have to guess until it works.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
Okay.
basically it. I mean, I think it's pretty like
Intuitive.
no, I wouldn't say that, but like think about also there's another great design thing. Enemies came from behind and camera just randomly rotated. But I don't know, like these guys are I don't know, they're bandits, they're bad guys. They're dark aligned, right? I think that's
That's fair. I cut you off, but I don't remember what you were saying.
I don't remember either.
Sorry.
That's okay. Yeah, what the fuck? Oh my god. Oh yeah. Okay, the healing in this game, right? So you've got
right.
like yeah. So you've got like you can see in the top right there. I've got that like fruit.
Yeah.
That's a red juppy, and you press triangle to heal, and then you can also use a purple juppy to increase your magic or whatever. But like literally while you're fighting, you're just like, in order to keep your health up, you're just spamming triangle. So it's kind of like Skyrim, but like you don't have a menu, you just have a hotkey that like automatically downs like an entire meal and a couple potions.
Because there's no blocking or shield in this game.
No, there is. I just don't have it yet.
And
I just decided to take on this dungeon so that I could get the quest out of the way. I'll get the shield eventually.
you know, for how bad this game supposedly is, or whatever, it is a games game. You know, like, it's got a bunch of systems. It's got good animations. There's like a world to explore, and like, you don't have a lot of games now, if that makes any sense. Like, games now are very like,
I feel like I don't know what you're talking about, but I want more clarity, because
Yeah,
I know
let me
that you're
just-
onto something.
here's what it is. Games now are like, they're there to deliver a very specific thing, very specific story. They're very like polished in that way, gameplay way, not like, you know, performance aside, separate issue. Games are like, they're very like, okay, here's another way to put it. When you play a game now, the experience you have is almost identical to every single person that plays that game.
Okay.
And games back then were so untested and so raw and so full of just a bunch of different people's
People
like,
were still
input.
trying to figure out how to make games.
Yeah.
Like you didn't have like the standard setup for first-person shooters because nobody had made Like think about the fact that like on the PlayStation 2 and even on the early PlayStation 3, first-person shooters didn't have sprints. So, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Like,
And like the first popular first-person shooter, like mainstream one, was GoldenEye, and it didn't even have like analog aiming. You had to like hold a button and stand still and aim.
yes.
So you would like walk down a hallway and like press a button. And,
And then even
and,
when
like,
do you remember what it felt like to hold a DualShock controller for the first time?
I do, yeah.
How
I remember.
awkward it was, and how you've never like it just felt really weird to have like two thumbsticks and like
Yeah.
move your thumbs in different directions. And now it's just second
Yeah.
nature to all of us.
Right. Yeah, and so like going back to this game, it's like it seems like they bit off way more than they can chew, but they did do it. They did like make this like Zelda like RPG with their own little elemental system and like
Scientology.
loot and Scientology and all that stuff. It's very, I don't know, I have a lot to admire for
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
A lot of games back then weren't afraid to just do like, another game that comes to mind too is like Dark Cloud 1. I don't know if you've played that game,
No, but Nico talks about it all the time.
but like this game kind of gives me Dark Cloud vibes in the fact that you're in a cave and like, I don't know, you're just spelunking and killing things. Like you do that a lot in Dark Cloud 1, like a fuck ton. I don't know how much you do it in this game, but
There's a couple dungeons. I feel like it's definitely a little bit more focused like a Zelda game.
yeah.
So like this is like the first sort of like pseudo dungeon that you do, and it's definitely also like way more open. Whereas like with Zelda, it's like, okay, now it's time for you to do the like water temple or whatever. With this
Yeah.
one, it's like there's a couple of dungeons that you do because of the story, but there's also a bunch of like smaller dungeons scattered around that you don't necessarily have to do. I think that I'm making it sound a little bit better than it actually is, because I'm pretty sure it's like maybe like 2 or 3 total, but like it still has that feeling because of how open it is. Where like this wasn't necessarily a dungeon that you had to do because of the story, but like it's because
But it's there, yeah.
yeah, it's there because of a side quest.
Yeah. That's cool.
And,
And like I don't want to say games now don't have side content. That's not what I mean.
there's plenty of
Like,
side
they obviously
content.
do,
Yeah.
but like I don't know. Have you ever played a game called Maximo before? It's another obscure PS2 game.
I feel like I've heard of it, and it might be one of the games that I've been wanting to try because it kind of fits into that same category of like the action platformer. Am I
Yeah.
right about that?
Yep, you're right. It plays kind of like this, except I mean I haven't played this, so I don't know. But Maximo's controls are pretty good. It's kind of like a 3D Ghouls and Goblins or Ghouls and Ghosts or whatever.
Oh, okay, that I haven't played that. So
It's pretty hard, but fair. It's
Okay.
like if you get hurt or die in that game, it's because you're being lazy and complacent, and like it has a health system very similar to Ghouls and Ghosts, where like you have your armor, you get hit, and then you're wearing your underwear, and then if you get hit, you die, like kind of like that.
oh,
And
interesting.
it's a great game, and it's another game I feel like is a games game. That's like my new thing I'm saying now. It's a games game.
It's a games game. I feel like you
Yeah.
need to like clearly define that.
It's a game first, and everything else second. So the story takes second or third seat. The graphics, it doesn't matter, you know, like that kind of thing. It's like it's pure gameplay delivery system.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the best way I could explain it.
I think that's a really good way of explaining it, because basically what you're
It-
trying to say is like is like a lot of games nowadays are like they figured out the game part of it, and it's just gonna be
Yeah.
like a Sony style like movie
Third person
movie game, or it's
That's
gonna
what Fourth
be
Joel was saying.
yeah,
basically.
or it's gonna be a Ubisoft tower climber.
Yes, exactly.
And it's like one of those two games is what you're gonna play, and then the story is like also the most important thing about it. I don't know. Whereas like, you know, back in the day it was like you got, you know, what's the Crazy Frog Racing game? It's probably just Crazy Frog Racing, but like you just got a bunch of games like that where people are just like, yeah, we'll just fucking make a game that's like you just run around this world and catch monsters in like balls, and then you battle them. You I don't know, like you're a knight that was killed, and you've been resurrected, and now you're just going around killing zombies and shit. Or like,
Out as a Mordor.
no, I was thinking of medieval.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Okay. I wasn't sure if that was clear, but like all of them are very, very much like the gameplay is first. You know, Crash Bandicoot is what if Sonic but from behind.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, games back then were, in addition to being a game first and everything else, you know, third is what I'm gonna start saying. But like, is that they were all very different and they weren't afraid to experiment. And now it just seems like the only people who are doing that are like indies. So like, I don't know. In a sense, like. There were a lot of like bad games back then too, but there were also a lot of really intriguing and unique games like Alter Echo, this game, Maximo, Dark Cloud, which is, I mean, honestly, Dark Cloud's a little bit more mainstream than the other three, but like, still, certainly unique.
How much do you think it has to do with like the team size and like the budget?
I think like the bigger the team you have, the like I don't know. It's like the too many cooks in the kitchen thing, kind of, where you're like, it becomes hard to do things because you're dealing with bureaucracy of like, oh, I want to do this, and then it's like, oh, but did you ask this person? And then you're waiting for a response, and like, and you wouldn't believe how much time that adds to like to everything, and then multiply that by 10, and you got a team size of 100.
You're a brave one.
Yeah.
And that's pretty common at these AAA studios. There's like 80 to 100 person teams making games, and that's not including outsourcing,
and then
which is very common.
And then you've got what's it? Red Dead Redemption 2 that was made by like a team of 600 people.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and Rockstar is a separate animal at this point.
But then you go back to Crash Bandicoot and it was made by 12 people. You know, Jak and Daxter was made by 30 people.
Yeah, I think 30 people's the sweet spot for like AAA. I think they should go back. More games, but with smaller teams, I think. Better. But then how are you going to have room for your 10 social media managers and 10 marketing people and your 20 you know, like what happened to that? It's like, I don't know. Also, another thing that people don't talk about a lot is, yeah, Jak and Daxter had 30 developers on the credits or whatever, or on the team or whatever, but there was way more people involved in the game than just that. Like, a lot of times back then, QA wasn't credited.
Oh,
you know?
Interesting.
So like back then, when you asked them like, oh, how many devs were on the game, they would say 30, and now we would say 100 because we have to, like, we are obligated to include QA and game testers as developers now, because it's sort of like a what's the word? A nicety. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like we're being like inclusive, I guess. It's not really the right word, but you know what I mean. It's like,
yeah, well, I mean, it's just you're crediting them, right? Like they get paid, but like you're crediting
Yeah.
them as like part of the team that.
well, that they were credited, like they were in the credits on Jack 2 or 1 or whatever, like in the actual credits. But I'm talking about when people say how many developers, like the word developer is kind of what I mean. It's like that word is stretched so thin now. Like the word developer means anyone that touched the fucking game, not like people who make content for the game, which is what it used to be. It used to be like if you were a programmer, an artist, an audio person, or a writer, you were a developer. And then everyone outside of that was just like, yeah, they worked at the game studio, but they're not really developers. But now it's the other way. Like now it's everybody. So like I don't want to say the game teams are all like smaller back then. It's a little disingenuous. They were definitely smaller, but not that much smaller. I think they were
mean,
like half the size.
Maybe, okay, so maybe not Jack and Daxter, but like, I guess here's the question, like, because I'm pretty sure it's gonna be hard to say that like Crash Bandicoot was made by 12 people. But like, what do you think there's like a proportion of like QA to like developer size that like you could kind of like graft onto the numbers that they told us? Like Jack and Daxter had like, you know, 30 developers and it had like 10% QA testers, so it was like 33 team total or something like that. Probably not that, but like,
It's not really like a percentage. It's usually a flat amount. So like a game will require a certain amount of like people hours, you know, man hours, whatever, to be on the game for testing. And like, I don't know. The first game I ever worked on was an Xbox 360 game, and I was a teenager. I was a game tester for this game called Damnation. It was an Xbox 360 game, and it was like awful, really bad. Made it Unreal 3. It's like really bad.
Nice.
And we had 6 people, including myself. And we were considered QA and game testing, so... But the actual dev team was like... maybe like 40 people? So if I had to guess, they probably had like 10 people involved on
10.
like at Naughty Dog or something doing that.
So you're
Kinda stuff.
so at that point your QA team is like you've got like maybe like a total of 40 people.
Yeah. But now it's like our QA teams, well, it depends, but like QA team sizes at like studios that I've been at are anywhere from like 8 to 20 people, and not all of them are like full-time QA, I guess.
Well, that's weird.
Like some of them are...
See the way the sword is squishing? I'm pretty sure that's not supposed to happen.
Oh, yeah, this shield is all squished. It's interesting.
Sorry, I interrupted you.
I was just rambling. The TLDR being, I think that like... I mean, the main takeaway is that I think that when people say, oh, games back then were made by so few people, it's like, well, I don't know how true that is. Maybe like half the size. That's all. I was like, I don't think it's as bad as like, I don't know.
I mean, you still said that like you think the Naughty Dog like Jack and Daxter team size is like the ideal size of like
It is.
like
yes,
30
I still think that's
developers, not including the QA team.
true. Yeah,
And then
I think that'd be ideal
yeah,
for like a AAA game now.
for like a AAA game. But
Yeah.
like I guess in the indie space, like do you think that the sort of like Crash Bandicoot, like 12 people, or like the what's the other one, GoldenEye, was supposedly made by like 8 or 9 people, size is like probably good enough to make, I don't know, like here's a better question. You have like a studio hypothetically, and
Kind of, yeah.
I mean, you kind of do, but like, let's say, just in this hypothetical, you're able to set up a studio, have like a location, and like put together a team, your ideal team size for Gear Grit. How many people do you think you have on that team?
Full time. Not counting like full time developers.
Yeah.
Because there are some people that you don't need full time, like people making concept art or music don't need to be around all the time.
Okay.
I'm trying to think. Maybe like 5 people
Really? And that
would be cool. Yeah.
including
Including myself.
do you think that that is to get Gear Grit to like the not just to like the bare minimum of like what you want for Gear Grit, but like to get Gear Grit like exactly where you envision it being if you're able to get everything you want, is 5 people?
Yeah, if I had 5 people salary worth of funding to my disposal right now, I could finish the game in like a year and a half, maybe less, and it would be like pretty much exactly how I envision it. I'd say it would probably be me, Jessica, Adam, Rich. He does like all of the audio, but he also does like a bunch of like blueprint stuff, so like scripting.
Okay.
That's like right there. That's like half of the game's stuff, minus voice actresses and actors, and minus music. And then the
Right.
other 2 people I would pick are 2 environment artists, and we would be fucking set. Like the game would be incredible. I think environment art is definitely like the #1 expense for a game, for a 3D game.
Right.
IMO.
That's where I mean that is where a lot of your effort is going in right now, right?
Yeah.
That's a lot smaller than I thought you would pick, if I'm being honest.
I was just trying to think of like the bare
Oh,
minimum
bare
team
minimum,
size.
yeah.
I think the ideal team would, like, what I would do is I would start with that, and then I would be like, find a pain point and be like, okay, we could use another so and so. Probably an animator would be great. So like 6 people. Full-time animator, full-time environment artist, programmer, audio person, and character artist. That's like the 6 golden geese of like the game.
You think when you say full time, you're saying like 40 hours a week, basically?
Yeah.
Okay.
You could finish Gear Grit to spec in a year from where it's at now, using those people. Definitely. But they'd have to be full time.
That's cool.
So like an indie group of that size, helmed by somebody who knows what they're doing. You definitely need somebody who knows like how to lead a game. I'll let you know if that's me when this game ships or not. But you need someone who knows how to do that, I think. Like, I've done it before, but like Fade Out was like kind of rough, but it at least finished. It's like released and like downloadable and like feature complete and whatever. And on Steam. and has reviews and whatever. Like, cool. But yeah, I don't know. Solo dev is crazy.
Yeah,
Like
you're
there's like
telling
a
me.
happy, yeah, there's like a happy team size small, and I think it's like 6 or something, 5 or 6 people, depending on the skill set. Some people can do multiple things. Like I can do programming, rigging, animation, and like crude environment art and crude character art. So I can like do like NPC outfits probably if I had to. And then like Jessica can do character art really well and design. And then like a character design. And then someone like Adam could do sound effects and gameplay scripting. So like quests and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. I'm tired.
I mean, I did ask you the question.
Yeah.
I think one of the things that you mentioned is like leading a team, or honestly just even like organizing like your thoughts for a game. Just organizing ideas is something that I need to work on quite a bit, because I find myself, I'll make a ton of great progress on some gameplay stuff for Stella. Like I'll have like the saving system in, or I'll put together a cool questing system, and then I'll just be like, it's time for me to work on art, and I just won't make any other progress for a long time.
I think what helped me the most was like, because I did the fade out thing, I was used to being like on schedule. Like, oh, this update's coming out at this date, I need to have this thing done. So like I was working on a map, and I promised everyone like, yeah, that map would come out in October, and it would be like August, and I would like work every weekend on that thing until it was done and then release it, and so on. And so I was really used to like staying on schedule, staying focused, and like working on this thing until it was done. And then when Gear Grit came along, I had my own milestones, like, oh, Steam Next Fest is coming up. But even before Steam Next Fest, I had like internal playtests. I was like, oh, I want to have this playtest build done at this date, this weekend. Like, everyone get ready. Like, my little Discord, I was like, oh yeah, like, we're gonna have a Gear Grit playtest. We're all gonna play in voice and like stream and show each other, and like, and this was like really early,
Yeah.
And like, those kind of things kept me like on my toes constantly. And because of that, I wasn't really like spinning my wheels on like reinventing the horse or whatever. Like, I wasn't redoing a system every weekend. I was
Oh my god.
making more progress.
Oh, sorry. I just got blocked by this guy. I couldn't get
Oh.
out of the doorway.
I see it, yeah. Stupid kid. I like the little walking around NPCs. It's very cool.
Yeah, it is. I feel like their animations are like, they could probably use a bit of work, but it's still pretty. I mean,
Yeah, they're all using the same animation, and they're like,
it's a little stiff, I'd say.
it's a little stiff, yeah.
But
And they don't blink either. They just stare.
I mean, I don't think anybody blinks in this game. Oh, never mind. I guess Tormund blinks, not Torvis.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'd like to say that having a milestone would work for me, but I don't know. That's a bit of discipline that I need to like teach myself. I've never
The
been very good
downscope
with,
too. It's like,
Ah, you keep saying that, and it hurts every single
I
time.
say that as somebody that has a game with a lot of features in it, but it got to that point from a very downscoped spot, if that makes sense. Like those features are very focused. Like, there's a high chance I don't add swimming, like 99% chance I don't add swimming, because it's just not important. There's like a high chance I don't add like I don't know, like you can't run over light poles with the car. As cool as that would be to do,
And, like,
you can
knock
do that
them
in Grand.
down.
Yeah, like I'm just not gonna do it. These are all ideas I've had, I guess. Like, and I just won't do them. But like, I don't know. It's hard to describe. I think it's just like that sort of discipline just has to be built over time with very small milestones. Like for your game, it could be like you're preparing your vertical slice level, which you had for a while. I don't know if you're still doing it or not, but like maybe you could go back to that and just make it look really nice using your new environment art skills that you've been brushing up on, like the skirt mesh thing you did. You know, like you can go back in there and be like, make it really pretty using all your skills, and then give yourself a deadline and be like, I want to have a itch.io downloadable demo vertical slice ready by like December, and just like do it, you know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's kind of one of the things that I did, because originally my vertical slice was honestly probably going to be a little closer to like what and don't judge me for this, but like what actually no, sorry, this is wrong, but it's a similar idea as like what what's that game called? The one where you're
Demon
a crow.
Bottle?
No.
Oh.
You're a crow. There's a lot of platforming. You do fishing. Tackle box.
Yeah. You made me forget it.
Yeah, sorry, I forgot it
Also.
too. I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. But you know which
big
one I'm talking
catch.
about. The big catch, yeah. So like it wasn't quite gonna be exactly that. The whole premise was basically like, okay, I've got the introduction where, you know, you kind of leave the village and realize something's wrong, and then you have a level, and then after that level you get the sword and shield, and then you have a level that includes the sword and shield, and then after that level you do a dungeon, and that's the whole demo. And I don't know how long that would have taken to like play through, but like that was the idea. And at some point I kind of realized that like it isn't even just that was like too much, but also I just wasn't building it the right way. So there was a lot of open space, and this was something that Ritzler said when he played it. He was like yeah, it kind of just feels like I need to roll jump everywhere, and that's not. I don't know if that's like intentional or what. And like a lot of that just had to do with the fact that like, yeah, like it's because the little village that I created, it was a village, but it didn't have like nothing there had a purpose. It was just a bunch of huts, and then Stella's hut was there, and that was basically it. And I had like a hill where I was going to eventually put the town hall, but like none of it had purpose. And then you go to the level, and the only part of the level that actually had purpose was the part where you're learning how to play the game. So it's like a tutorial that leads to that like open area, and there was nothing in that open area that actually like had purpose. So at some point I was just like clearly the problem that I'm running into is that I can't figure out what I'm supposed to do for these levels. I have ideas about like, okay, there's like a mine or whatever, but I can't figure out how to like incorporate that into the gameplay. And I don't mind it being something like this where like, you know, this is basically just you running down a corridor and eventually you get to the place that you're getting to. I don't mind that so much, but like the actual levels themselves need to be way more focused. And so cutscene. And so what I did was I literally just took everything and I deleted it. And I just started over with that castle level that I showed you, where I just drew out a little map and I said like, okay, here's where you're gonna like, you know, this is the point of like this area, this is the point of this area, and it's just a castle, and each part of the castle is gonna have like a different function, and then you're gonna get to the castle, and it's like linear, but it's also open in the sense that you can and probably will have to backtrack through the level. But I'm also including different things to make sure that, you know, backtracking isn't hard and you can just sort of like open the gate to like, you know, backtrack and stuff like that. I don't know, just like little things like that where like I'm actually thinking about the structure of the level and like what the point of each different place is. And then of course there is going to be some experimentation here and there, like you block it out, you put like a jump here and then realize that jump's too far, put it a little bit closer, maybe add like a couple other things just to make it like more interesting. And I think after doing that, after just deleting everything that I had and like refocusing on like just this is a level and it's just going to be this, like this is all it's going to be, it made that whole process way easier for me.
I mean, it sounds to me like maybe initially you skipped the block out step too quickly.
Yeah, I think so.
Like if you, and I had that temptation a lot in Gear Grit where I would like go from block out and be like, yeah, I get it. I just start like making environment art for it, and then I'm like kind of accidentally made something that doesn't play very nice at all.
Yeah.
Because I didn't give myself enough time to like really feel it out. I've definitely gotten better at that over the game's development, because it is my first like single player game, and like single player games are like obviously it's you versus the world.
Yeah.
Whereas in like a game like Fade Out, it was like the levels were less important. It was just like you versus other players. So that's new to me too. But yeah, kind of forcing yourself to like, if you find yourself doing art before the level is done, like gameplay, you have to like slap yourself and be like, no, like cubes only, like go back. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, I don't mind
just
it
really
looking,
kind of pretend.
I don't mind it looking a little bit janky and having like some basic textures in there just to kind of like, I think it
Yeah.
actually really helps for like gauging distances, because that flat shading
yeah.
does not help at all. But yeah, it really just is like I needed to stop working on art and making things like I did this thing where you had like lamps or whatever, and at a certain time of day they turn on because it's becoming nighttime, and a certain time of night they turn off because it's becoming daytime, and like that was like, it was cool, but it was also just like I don't have a level, like, so I don't know why I'm adding this like little piece of polish in there. And I think a lot of it was just like play more than anything, where I'm like, I know how to do this thing, so I'm gonna do it, rather than I'm building a game, so I need to focus on this specific thing. And I think that's kind of the thing that I kind of want to try and deal with this year. It's like I want to
That's
get,
a good goal.
yeah, I want to get to a point where that first level is done, and then ideally like something that I can actually share with people by the end of the year. And I think I'm on track for that, but you know, it's also very easy to get distracted.
It's doable. I'm dying. I need to go sleep now.
All right. Well,
But thanks for hanging out.
yeah, thanks for hanging out on my stream, Pandan.
Yeah.
And it was cool. We should do it again
All right,
sometime.
Yeah, sure. I like it.
Yeah. All right. See ya.
See ya.
All right. Who do we have with us today? It looks like we're losing a lot of people. That's fine. I think I'll probably just end it. We just had a good chat with Pandan. Played some games, got some good work done. Yeah. It's about time. I mean, it's midnight. I've been streaming for 3 hours. Yeah, thanks for hanging out, Fourth Jolt, and anyone else who stuck around for this wonderful conversation with Pandan. But yeah, if you guys are curious and want to support me, all my links are down below. There's a Patreon there where you can support me. I've got other stuff like a coffee, but I would say the Patreon is the best value. And then of course my socials are down there as well, so go check that out. And yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one.